Welcome back to the only crossover event where nobody throws a punch. They throw bars. 20 legends. 0 chill. 1 trophy nobody asked for. Tonight's contestants. A Omni-Man and a All Might and Sung Jin-Woo and Shadow and Saitama and a Homelander and Darth Vader and a Kratos and a Madara and a Doom Slayer and a Ghost Rider and a Denji and Deadpool and a Doctor Doom and a Raisin and a Griffith and a Frieza and a Megatron and a Wolverine. No powers. No plot armor. Just verbal damage. And I'm keeping score. Every round wins a point. Most points at the end takes the crown. Audience, you know what to do. Let them cook.
The Multiverse Roast Tournament.
Round 1, Saitama vs. Frieza.
Everyone in here trained for decades. Bloodlines, ancient masters, tragic backstories. I did 100 push-ups and got bored halfway through. Now look at the two of us.
Cute story, very inspirational poster. Meanwhile, you're voiced by a guy who sounds more excited buying groceries than beating final bosses. At least my flex has range.
Frieza came in ice cold and left him frostbitten. Point goes to Frieza.
Round 2, Omni-Man vs. All.
You smile so big, your face should file for workers' comp. Heroes love speeches. I prefer results. And a clean exit strategy. Your whole personality is number 1, but you talk like you're still in high school student council.
Funny, coming from a guy whose family reunions end in property damage. At least when I show up, people cheer. When you show up, insurance rates cheer louder. I inspire kids. You traumatize your own household.
All Might just turned a compliment into a headshot. Point to All Might.
Might round 3, Homelander vs. Thor.
I'm the greatest hero alive, and everyone knows it. Meanwhile, you lost an eye, a hammer, and half your friend group in the same decade. That's not a character arc. That's a going out of business sale.
Bro gave himself Employee of the Month and a participation trophy in the same sentence. At least, my losses came with dignity. Yours come with a group chat full of therapists. You cry more than the storms I used to summon.
Thor brought thunder and receipts. Point to Thor.
Round 4, Deadpool vs. Doctor Doom.
Dr. Doom looks like he lost a fight with a pressure cooker and decided to commit to the bit. That mask isn't armor. It's a restraining order against eye contact. Even your name sounds like a Yelp review. 1 star. Would not recommend. Everything is doom.
At least people take 10 full seconds to consider me a threat. You get taken seriously for exactly 0 seconds in any timeline by anyone, ever. Your healing factor regrows limbs. It has never once regrown a reputation.
Doom just filed international sanctions on comedy. Point to Doom.
Round 5, Shadow vs. Sung Jin-Woo.
Sung Jin-Woo copied the whole brooding dark power aesthetic and didn't even pay royalties. At least my edge came with a backstory. Yours came with a spreadsheet and a rank-up notification. You're basically a mobile game tutorial with commitment issues.
Funny, considering my darkness pays rent and yours just complains about being the fastest thing alive while riding shotgun in every crossover. I level up. You level out. Flat personality, day 1 to day 1000. At least my system has patch notes. Yours just has vibes.
Jin-Woo just gave Shadow an eviction notice with interest. Point to Jin-Woo.
Round 6, Kratos vs. Madara.
I ended entire pantheons and still made time to parent. You started a war, lost the war, then narrated the war like it was somebody else's fault. Your whole plan was genjutsu the planet. That's not a strategy. That's a group nap.
Congratulations, you finally found anger management after burning down 2 mythologies to get there. Like, at least my plan had a vision. Yours is just yell at Olympus until it apologizes. And I think you've got more sequels than actual character growth.
Madara's genjutsu landed harder outside the anime. Point to Madara.
Round 7, Ghost Rider vs. Doom Slayer.
I'm vengeance given fire and a motorcycle. What are you? Angry cardio. You don't even talk. Silence isn't intimidating. It's just a personality you never unlocked. At least my flaming skull has range. Yours just has a shotgun and abandonment issues.
Cool speech. Very dramatic. Very unnecessary. I don't need words because I let the body count do the talking and mine's got a longer resume. Take a number, chain boy. The line for scariest thing in the room starts behind me.
Doomslayer said nothing and still ended the round. Point to Doomslayer.
Let him cook! Let him cook now!
Round 8, Denji versus Wolverine.
I'm broke, I'm hungry, and my job description is chainsaw. Genuinely thriving compared to some of you. At least I have goals. Yours is, be sad in the woods for another 40 years. You've healed so many times, you're basically a walking insurance fraud case.
Kid, welcome to adulthood. Broke, tired, and somehow still the main character. At least my claws come with decades of experience. Yours come with a hunger for snacks and validation. You'll understand the wood sadness once you hit your third betrayal arc.
Wolverine's healing factor apparently regrows burns too. Point to Wolverine.
In round 9, Eisen versus Griffith.
Everything, and I do mean everything, went according to my plan. Meanwhile, your entire arc could have been solved with one honest conversation and a group therapy session. You didn't ascend. You just rage quit reality because your friends didn't clap loud enough.
Funny, from a man who monologued his master plan out loud in front of witnesses. At least my ambition reshaped a kingdom. Yours got exposed by a kid with a sword and a grudge. You call it a plan. Everyone else calls it foreshadowing your own downfall.
Griffith took the crown and the round. Point to Griffith.
Round 10, Darth Vader versus Megatron.
You built an empire out of scrap metal and still lost to teenagers. At least my suit was intimidating. Yours sounds like a garbage disposal with delusions of grandeur. I turned my son against an empire. You couldn't even keep your own second-in-command loyal.
Cute mask, shame about the commute. You can't even breathe without a machine doing it for you. At least my army doesn't run on daddy issues and heavy breathing. You call it the dark side. I call it asthma with a cape.
Megatron transformed that comeback into a headshot. Point to Megatron.
Final round, top scorers only.
Standing so far, Doomslayer, Griffith, Thor, and Jin-Woo are tied at the top. One line, no mercy. Winner takes the crown.
I don't need a comeback. Silence already won me the last round, Inuai. This one's just for the audience. Ambition doesn't need volume. It just needs everyone else to eventually kneel. Say what you want about my losses, and at least I show up to the sequel with a haircut and a comeback arc. You all peaked in your prequels. I'm still leveling up mid-sentence.
The judges' panel is deadlocked. So tonight, the crown goes to the one who won the room, not just the round. By total points, tonight's Multiverse Roast champion is Doomslayer. 0 words spoken in the entire finale, and he still out-roasted everyone using pure silence and reputation. Sometimes, the loudest comeback is the one you don't even have to say. Comment if you'd have crowned someone else. Subscribe if your favorite made it to the final round. And remember, in the Multiverse Roast Tournament, silence pays better than a mic.